Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Rob, and for those of you who are new to the channel, let me regale you with my life story. I was born, I love Final Fantasy, and that's pretty much it if I'm honest. Liking JRPGs is my entire personality, and so as you can imagine, I was incredibly excited when Final Fantasy XVI was revealed to the world, and perhaps even more so when a bunch of new info and gorgeous artwork was dropped a few weeks later. In this video, we've done our best to round up absolutely everything we know so far about Square Enix's forthcoming PS5 blockbuster, so that A, you feel informed, and B, I have an excuse to talk about Final Fantasy again. Here we are then, 19 things you need to know about Final Fantasy XVI. Number 1, nice and simple, Final Fantasy XVI is the 16th mainline installment of a series that started life 33 years ago, back in 1987. There have, of course, been numerous spin-offs, sequels, and remakes over the years, any excuse to get a bit of Cloud in there, but for me, nothing is more exciting than the emergence of a new main-numbered title. 2. If you're new to the series, you won't need to have played any of the other Final Fantasy games to understand 16. While they often share themes and motifs, each fresh entry in the mainline series is a self-contained story with a new setting and characters. Number 3, Final Fantasy XVI is being developed by Creative Business Unit 3, one of Square Enix's in-house studios and the same team behind the incredible and ever-growing MMORPG sensation that is Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. In fact, number 4, Final Fantasy XVI is being produced by none other than Final Fantasy XIV director Naoki Yoshida and directed by Hiroshi Takai, whose decades-long video game career includes work on Final Fantasy XIV and the cult classic Saga series. This Final Fantasy XIV influence could explain number 5, Final Fantasy XVI is a return to a more traditional high fantasy setting, a departure from the industrial sci-fi of Final Fantasy XV and the rich steampunk of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And that fantasy setting, number 6, is called Vallis Thea, a realm studded with mother crystals, colossal mountains of glittering stone around which various nations have taken root. Number 7, those main countries are the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, the Holy Empire of Sonbreak, the Kingdom of Wallowed, which dominates the east, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Iron Kingdom, and the Crystalline Dominion, a neutral territory in the centre of Vallis Thea, built around the tallest of the Mother Crystals. Number 8, after years of fragile peace, tensions are rising between the nations of Vallis Thea thanks to the spread of the Blight, which we don't know much about yet, but I mean, it doesn't sound good, does it? Number 9, 4 of the 6 nations, that's Rosaria, Sonbreak, Wallowed and the Dhalmekian Republic, are home to a dominant, a single person blessed or cursed, depending on how you look at it, with the power to summon icons, that's E-I-K-O-N, godlike beings of immense magical power. Number 10, these dominants are treated differently depending on where they come from. In many nations, they're revered as military champions, special parliamentary advisors, and even royalty, whereas in the Iron Kingdom, they're executed at birth. Lovely. 11. Long-time Final Fantasy fans will instantly recognise icons as a series staple. They've previously been called Eidolons, Aeons, Espers, Guardian Forces, Primals, Astrals, with the 4 revealed so far being Shiva, Titan, Phoenix, and Ifrit. Speaking of Ifrit, number 12, the fiery icon is involved in an as-yet unknown tragic event that sparks your quest for revenge. And who are you, I hear you ask? Number 13, you are Clive Rosefield, firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria and also first Shield of Rosaria, a very important role handed to the finest swordsman in the realm. As first Shield, Clive's job is to protect Phoenix, that's Rosaria's icon, and also the dominant in which Phoenix resides. And that dominant is number 14, Joshua Rosefield, Clive's bookish younger brother who somehow finds himself burdened with the power of Phoenix. Joshua admires Clive but lacks his prowess in battle, although having a massive fiery bird rip out of you means I definitely would not mess. Number 15, also revealed, is Jill Warwick, a young girl from the fallen Northern Territories who becomes a ward of Rosaria and adoptive sister to both Clive and Joshua. 16. From the brief glimpse we've had so far, it's clear combat in Final Fantasy XVI features strong real-time elements, much like recent installments Final Fantasy XV and VII Remake. As expected, Clive can use a combination of swordplay and magic, the latter thanks to number 17, his ability to call upon the power of Phoenix. He can't summon the icon, obviously, that's all Joshua, but leaping about with a wing made of fire is still pretty cool. Number 18, fans will no doubt be pleased to see the return of Chocobos, which I'm sorry I outright refuse to pronounce Chocobo, but may be less enthused with the return of the devilish Malboros. Here's hoping their breath isn't that bad this time out. And finally, number 19, the Final Fantasy XVI logo features Phoenix and Ifrit engaged in battle, suggesting the meeting of these two icons is central to the game's story. We'll have to wait to find out for sure, however, with Square Enix promising more info on Final Fantasy XVI in 2021. I cannot wait. In the meantime, I'm off to watch the reveal trailer another 30 times. Let us know in the comments if you're excited for this latest installment in the legendary Final Fantasy series. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and click the bell so you're always notified whenever we drop hot new PlayStation content. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again soon.
PlayStation